Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. We've got a Fischer Curv 85 GT. This is a carryover model from last year when it was first introduced. It is a extremely strong, stable, and energetic wide frontside ski. So at 85 millimeters underfoot, we're definitely kind of scooting that line towards all mountain width, but with very much of a frontside shape and construction overall. It is built with a beech wood core. We do get 2 sheets of 0.8 millimeter Titanal in this ski, so there's a lot of metal here. They do a little bit different with the shaping of the beech wood core. It is kind of thinner as you get to the tips and the tails, and that does allow for a little bit more flexion in the ski and the ability to access that shorter turn radius. With such a wide ski, there can be too much material. So Fischer's cognizant of that and making a little bit more approachable of a ski because it is such sturdy materials. They don't need as much of them to get to that higher performance level. Also get this RSW12 system binding here, giving you some more stack height and leverage over the middle of the turn, and it also just delivers a strong and hefty feel in that underfoot zone. Also get fiber bridge underfoot, so a thick layer of fiberglass in that zone really does a nice job of adding energy without being overly damp or too strong. Flex-wise, because of that thinness of the wood in the core, there is a little bit more flex than you may expect, especially given the thickness of the metal. Tail is a little bit stiffer, but the shovel does allow for easier access to that side cut. So yeah, got some flex there, mainly due to the milling of that beech wood core, but it still feels extremely smooth and stable throughout. This is the 182, so ski and binding together on the scale, 3,400 grams. So there is some weight. Again, most of it's kind of found in the middle here. It is a little bit lighter and more flexible towards the ends of the ski. In terms of that shape and profile, yeah, there's something to be said for a wide frontside ski like this. Nice to have that platform underfoot to stand on. It's fun to try to create those higher edge angles. Nice positive camber underfoot here, not a lot of tip and tail rocker. And kind of the big story is this shorter radius, 15.5 millimeters, 15.5 meters, excuse me. So pretty short. I think that when you get to a 182 with a heavy feel and a 15.5 meter turn radius, it really likes to be in that zone. Like, yeah, you can open it up, but it's not quite as sturdy or stable at higher speeds. It does like to be in that kind of more moderate zone of turn shape and style. Just maybe the tiniest bit of tip rocker and really no taper. This is where we see that front side aspect really come through and more of that race influence. So Fischer has a really strong race department, and it's pretty clear that things like this squared off tail with no rocker back here are very much reminiscent of that race room, just in that wider format overall. So it does work best on groomers. I think that there is something of an off-trail component, but not really. The flex of the shovel kind of allows for some bumps and some packed out trees, but in general, this ski is a lot happier on firm snow and in groomed terrain. When those groomers get cut up though, it's nice to have that wider bodied format because it just plows right through everything. But I do think that there's some nimbleness due to the flex in the shovel. We also have some tester feedback here from Lauren Simmers. Nice solid weight to the ski, felt stable on edge, not too chattery, and punched through some heavier stuff. Totally. We had these on some pretty spring-oriented conditions this year, and it's one of those things that works great in the morning when things are still pretty frozen, and then as it softens up through the day, still a wonderful option for carving turns on those groomed trails that just get kind of mangled by midday and throughout the afternoon. I think there's more of an advanced and expert component here, mainly due to that heavier weight and the wider shape. Just allows for easier access to the side cut if you have that skill set around you. I think it's a little bit much for an intermediate skier who's looking for kind of an introduction to carving skis. I think that advanced and expert skiers will have a much better time accessing the potential performance of this ski. But yeah, definitely make sure to check out this Curv GT85 here at SkiEssentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.